Hi, welcome to my video on multiplying two binomials by the FOIL method. The FOIL method, let's talk about the distributive property that we used in the previous video first, and then we'll get into the FOIL method. Multiply by the distributive property, so that would be x times x plus 7. Positive 4 times x plus 7. So notice the x is being distributed through the two of these. That will give you x squared plus 7x plus 4x plus 28. So notice the x is multiplied by the x and the x is multiplied by the 7. And the 4 is multiplied by the x to give you 4x. The 4 is multiplied by the 7 to give you 28. And then you add up the like terms. So 7 add on 4 is 11x. And the same would be true here. X is being distributed through x plus 7. And the 4 is being distributed through x plus 7. Multiplied by both of them. Then this is a monomial times a binomial. So x times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 7 is 28. And then we add up any like terms. So you get the done. These are like terms, so 4 plus 7 is 11. But that's good. That was practicing the distributive method in the previous video now. But there's a better method, quicker method that I like. This is explaining what's happening with doing the distributive property here. But the FOIL method is shorter and it's reliable too. So it's excellent. And you hear teachers talk about FOIL. The FOIL method for multiplying two binomials using the terms. When I say using the terms, so if I have a plus b times c plus d, this is the first term. This is the second, third, and fourth. But this is what we call, if you multiply the a times the c, and you multiply the a times the d, and you multiply, and go down on the bottom, the b times the c, and then the b times the d. So notice when you do that, what you have is, you have what we call FOIL stands for first. The O is for outside. The I is for inside. And the L is for last. FOIL, F-O-I-L, first, outside, inside, last. F for first, O for outside, I for inside, L for last. So these are the first terms. These two are the last terms. These are the inside terms. And these are the first, outside, inside, last. First, so if I got an x times a y and an x times, if I got x plus y and x plus 3, these two are the first terms in all of these. These are the outside of these terms. These are the inside, and these are the last. So that's the first, outside, inside, and last. First, outside, inside, last. And I'm going to practice that over and over and over till you get to know what you're doing. FOIL method. Here we go. First, x squared. Outside, 3x. Inside, I, 8x. And last, is 24. First, outside, inside, last. And then you add up your like terms. 3x and 8x is 11x. And again, the first terms. First, that's the first terms. X times x squared. Outside, negative 6x. Inside, plus 6x. Last, that's an L, that's an I, which gives you negative 36. Add, it gives you 0. So that's negative 6 and 6. And 36 negative. Here we go again. First, outside, inside, last. First, there's the f, x squared. Then you go outside, o, negative 2x. Inside, I, negative 7x. And last, plus 14. First, outside, inside, last. And add them up, like terms, negative 9x. So these two add together to give you a negative 9x. You can't add these because they're no like terms. Here we go again. Now I'll put the answers down here so you can see it. First, f 6x squared. Outside, o 2x. Inside, that's an I. So inside is 15x. And do last, L is plus 5. Now I'm doing F, O, I, L just to show you. But you can use your eyes to multiply. Or you can use the arrows without putting the F, O, I, L. But FOIL is multiplying two binomials by each other. And that, in the end, it becomes very, very simple. So you add, you can't, 2x and 15x is 17, and you get a 5. Here we go again. First, we're multiplying by FOIL. First, outside, inside, last. First, that gives you 8x squared y squared. Outside, that gives you positive 24xy. Just keep track of it. That times that is a 24xy. Now we're doing first, outside, inside, negative 6xy. And last is negative 18. And these are two like terms, so we'll get 8x squared y plus 18xy minus 18. First, outside, very easy. Take this one and multiply by those two. Take this one and multiply by those two. That's very easy to do. And here we go with F. First, right there, that's an, oh, let's go down further down so you can see the lines going. AB squared. Outside, plus 8AB. Inside, plus AB. Last, plus 8a. Notice that obviously we're used to multiplying. The more practice you get, the better. We did all this multiplication previous to this just to get to here, to keep going. We learn what's in the lower grades to get to what we need in the upper grades. And practice makes perfect. That's a 1, so that's a 9ab. We add like terms. And again, when we add like terms, we keep the literal coefficients a, b, and add the numbers. And that's not the same as that. So all these terms are different. So that's completed. Now we have a practice page here. And that's the way I teach. I do something and explain it. Now you do. If you get the 10 of these right, then you know what you're doing. First, outside, inside, last. F, first terms. O is for outside, so you do the outside terms. I is for inside, so you do the inside terms. And L is for last, so you do the last terms. So that's the order. First, outside, inside, last. Here I go. First, XH. Last, XT. Inside. So that's the first, that's the outside, this is the inside, just to make sure, because sometimes, and the last. And you might notice sometimes that I might say one thing and write down another. You know, that's just a part of I have just a small little learning disability, but I conquered it over time. First, outside, inside, last. And notice, XH, no more. XT, no more terms. Oh, nope, there's a YT. YH, nope. None of these terms are alike. They're all different, so I can't add those. And first, AB, outside, 7A, inside, negative 3B, last, first, outside, inside, last. And AB, A, B, can't add, not like terms. And let's continue. Remember, you paused your video, worked all these out. Let's see if you're going to be right. X times X, X squared. First, outside, negative 9X. Inside, negative 4Y. And last, negative 4, negative 9, 36. So when I go first, outside, inside, last, I'm multiplying those two terms. And that'll give you X squared. And they're the same, so I add to get negative 13x plus 36. Notice I couldn't add here or here because none of the terms are the same. First, x squared. Outside, negative 6x. Inside, plus 10x. Last, negative 60. And they like terms? Yes, right here. So x squared plus 4x minus 60. Negative 6 and 10 is 4, so I get a 4x. Adding like terms. First, outside, inside, last. First, 4x squared. Outside, 2x and 3 is negative 6x. Inside is 6x. Last is negative 9. Add up. These are gone, so I get a 4x squared minus 9. FOIL, first, outside, inside, last. First terms, 20x squared. Outside, plus 16x. Inside, negative 40x. Last, negative 8 and 4. Negative 32. Again, first, outside, inside, and that's the last right there. And that I, that's the inside for I. And that gives you 20x squared minus, when you subtract that, you get a 24x minus 32. 16 and negative 40 is negative 24. These are the only two you can add together. And first, xy times xy is x squared, y squared. Outside, xy times 1 is 1xy. Now you could put the 1 there if you want, but I'll just leave it. And this is the inside, I. 11 times that is 11xy. 11 times xy. And outside, put an O. 11 times 1 is 11. First, outside, inside, last. And like terms, there's two of them right here. That's a 1 and that's 11. I put the 1 in just to make sure, just to let you know that that's a 1. If there's no number in front of a variable, it's understood to be a 1. And when we add these up, we get 12. First, outside, inside, last. Here we go. First, outside, negative 2x squared. Inside, x times x, x squared. Last, negative 2x. First, yep, outside, correct. Inside, correct. Last, add up like terms, there's 2 of them right there. And that gives me a negative x squared, understood to be a 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, minus 2. So these are the only 2 you can add together. And this one, first, a squared times a cubed. Outside, a squared times 1 is 1a squared. There's a 1 there. 3 times a, 3a. And 3 times 1, 3. First, outside, inside, last. And cube, square, a, no like terms, can't add. And the last one, first, 5 nines are 45x squared. Outside, negative 18x. Inside, negative 15x. Last, plus 6. Negative 3 times negative 2. And we add up, there's the like terms there, so 45x squared can't change. And that's a negative 33x because of like terms. Negative plus a negative. You add them up and take a negative. And you have to keep the x because you can only add like terms. And you can't change the 6 because there's nothing else to go with it. Lots of practice. The more you practice on the foil, the better you get. The better, again, can't go wrong with practice. Practice makes perfect. And when you get it right, you like to do more. When you get it wrong, you don't like to do too much. Practice. Multiply by FOIL and express the polynomial in descending order. Notice I haven't changed, you can't see it. I have an x and 2 and a 3 and an x. They're different. So if I want, I can change the order on these before I start. Or I could have multiplied these by FOIL. Let's look at that one. Let's look at this one up right here. I could have done, I got 2 choices. So if I multiply these right now, first, outside, inside, last, then I have to group them. So I got to go with the square first, then the x's, then the constant, and add them up. First, outside, inside, last is done. I'll put them in descending order, x squared and then the x's. Constant goes at the end, descending order, and then I have to add the x's. So I could have done it that way. Perfect. Or I could have said, well, I want to do descending order on this multiplication. Why don't I change these first 3 and x around, and I don't change the sign. Now I can do first, outside, inside, last, and they're in the right order. So you're going to either multiply like down here and then rearrange them, or you can fix them up at the beginning and then multiply. Your choice, what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. But no matter what you do, you get it right. And it took 1, 2, 3. It took 1, 2, 3. Still took 3 steps. So do you want to change them? Or so these are already in these. Let's look at number 2. These are in descending order now. There's an x and a constant, so I don't have to change these. First is negative 10x squared. First, outside, 2x times negative 1, negative 2x. Inside, negative 4 times negative 5x, is positive 20x. Negative 4 times negative 1 is a 4. And I have them in descending order already, because these are in order, so these are going to be negative 10x squared, and negative 2 plus 20 is 18, and plus 4. So I can only add these two. And descending order here again, so if you want to go 4x minus 2 and change this to 10x plus 8, now both of them are in descending order and everything should be okay. Your choice. You can multiply as is, and then remember this. So it's your choice. You can change them and multiply. So that's a 40x squared. And that gives you positive 32x. That gives you negative 20x. And that gives you negative 16. And you can only add like terms. So that's a plus 12x. Notice, first, outside, inside, last. First, outside, inside, last. There they are. That's a first, that's an outside, that's an inside, and that's a last. And then I add up. They're in descending order. First, it's 3x squared. Last, that's a positive 18x. Inside, positive 2x. And a plus 12. Remember, I'm multiplying. First, outside, inside, last. F-O-I-L. And add up the like terms. 3x squared and 18 and 2 makes 20x. So first, outside, inside, last. You're multiplying, then you add up your like terms. So that takes us through the FOIL method. That's multiplying a binomial by a binomial. First, outside, inside, last is an excellent method of multiplying. And practice in your textbook and find, get more samples and work them out so you know exactly what you're doing and what's your multiplication. And if you like my video, click on my like button. If you're not a subscriber already, you want to be one, click the button. And if you click the subscribe bell, then click the notification. You'll get more videos because there's more on the way. And write a comment on my video. You may visit my math website at mathfullyexplained.com. 3 sections on me, videos and content. Me has my degrees in teaching experience. Videos has the teaching strategies you're going to use to help you learn your math. And the content has the units and the number of videos I got on each unit. And the black font is what's online right now. And the red font is what will be there in the near future. And that's why you click the notification bell, because there's always new topics coming online. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.